Talafalava, Hafaday, and Bulavanaka. I'm Amalia Rigsby. Welcome to our final episode of Pacific Way here at FestPAC Hawaii. Today is the last day of the festival before the official closing ceremony on Sunday. Delegates have begun packing up, and at the end of the day, the festival village will be quiet as the celebrations have come to an end. It's been an amazing 10 days, full of joy, laughter, and a lot of aloha. Tatau, or tattooing, is an ancient traditional art form that continues to be practiced today. This story takes a look at the art of tatau and its significance and meaning.
My name is Su'a Willie Sone Fitiao, and I'm from American Samoa, from the village of Matu'u, and I studied tattooing, and then now I became a tufuma, Tatau, and I'm an art teacher too, I represent my island in tattooing, and it's an honor when they ask me to come and represent the island, and that's why I'm here, and I'm doing the best I can. Before we used to use boar tusk for our tools to do our tattooing, but the health department step in and say, okay, we need to change the tools, and we change our ink, not to use our traditional ink and traditional tool, but well, right now that's why we're using stainless steel. We want everything to be, a person to be healthy and everything to be nice and clean. Huh?
My family is from the island of Molokai, but we currently reside in Waianae on the west side of Oahu. Our tradition is called kakau uhi, and kakau is the art of tattooing, traditional tattooing, and uhi is the actual tattoo itself. Well, since we're in the revitalization stage, yes, we make our own tools, and haven't had that many generations of tattooers to be able to bequeath any of them to a younger generation. But as I pass away, my son will get all my tools. And the word moli is also the word for the albatross, and that's the material that we use to make the teeth. We use one of the wing bones of the albatross to construct our tools.
There has been 100 years gap in the tattoo art or making the tattoo art in Taiwan, and I want to revive that art. It's important to revitalize the traditional art of hand tapping tattoo, because during the early 1900s, Taiwan was occupied by Japan, and the tattoo was banned during the colonialism. So I think it's important to bring back, to revitalize tattoo in this art form in Taiwan. During the process of tattoo, we believe that in my culture, we pass on strength and bravery to the person that I tattoo.
We should always hold on this stuff that our ancestors create for us. Because, don't forget, we didn't have language back then. There was no A, B, C, D, E. We don't know how to write anything. This is how we write our culture. We tattoo it on our body. We carve it on trees. You know, we write it on tapa, siapo, but all those designs, it has names.
This is basically a healing practice in our tradition, and so people come to get this form of healing. And so what our responsibility is to try to figure out who's the ancestor pushing them to us, and for what reason. What is it that they need from this process to help strengthen them along their journey. Each of these practices are the smaller fractions of a larger whole. And in the pathway of revitalization of a culture, of an identity, of a belief system, of indigeneity in general, to be able to, in totality, understand the culture and to enact the proper behaviors, there has to be the interplay with all these different fractions of the larger cultural whole. And so for us, again, we adorn the body of hula dancers, and they dance for our gods and our chiefs for us when we cannot dance. So we all have these responsibilities to each other, and that builds the necessary relationships to survive in our island home.
I think it's very important for us, the South Pacific, to hang on to whatever arts that we have, hang on to it and keep on holding it, because once we let go, and then our future generation is going to grow up and they're going to say, oh, I hear our ancestors did this, did that, but no documented and stuff. Try our best to keep what's right now and, you know, work on it to improve it or, you know, make it advance or whatever, you know, for our future generation.
Welcome back. Our next story is from the Rock of the Pacific, Niue. Niue has been making waves for all of the right reasons. We see them as they journey to FestPAC 13 and show how they've been regenerating Oceania through their maintenance and revival of traditional knowledge.
The opportunity of FestPAC brings to the fore the true value of the diversity, of the uniqueness of our cultures, traditional knowledge, and our practice. All of that is shaped by the environment that we traversed as people to become Pacific Island people. So we truly were the astronauts of the ocean, going out into this deep blue space when everyone thought the world was flat. This is a really incredibly important context in which our culture and our practices has come to be. Seeing the incredible diversity of our cultural practice, our traditional knowledge and heritage, it just showcases what an awesome contribution this is by way of diversity as a value add to the globe. Our cultures and this traditional practice has come to be as a result of the environment in which our ancestors traversed to be here. And allowed us to establish on these islands across the blue Pacific continent. The essence of that has shaped our beings, our knowledge, our practice. And that experience and the technologies and science and knowledge that we have accumulated over those years as passed down is actual science. It is technology. It just wasn't verified in the way that Western systems of education accord modern science. The Hawaiians on our traditional landing and welcoming spoke to the lost art of voyaging, which is the fundamental basis to our existence in the Pacific Ocean. They had completely lost that art, but there was something inherent in them that knew that understanding how to navigates in Seala Waka would bring more than just that art back. It would bring other things that are linked to that knowledge. And so they reached out to their Micronesian brothers and sisters who openly shared what is over 4,000 years of passed down knowledge. I think that's a fantastic example that together as a blue continent we have accumulated knowledge that is shared, and if we can find appropriate ways to gather that, look after it well, have the governance structures that respect the owners of that culture, the shared value that it is, that's a really important part of that. This is where we need to design the fit-for-purpose financing arrangements and mechanisms to harness those sources of funding into a mechanism that reduces the administrative burden on the holders of that knowledge.
The significance of maintaining, it's really the identity, which is our Wangahau Niue. There's no other Wangahau Niue in the world. Our own languages. That's very much our culture. If we lose our language, then the culture would be questionable. People will say, hey, what is that one? So it's really important for the future generation who continue to, with the Niue legacy, to say, I am a Niuean, and here are some of the things that we're able to pick up from those before us.
I was very fortunate to be able to have the teaching from our tupunas, and they're the ones who introduced the traditional style of singing, and that's how I was taught right from that time in Tauseo. Because I was very fortunate in those times I had more than Matua before they passed on. I want to revive and just grasp onto our traditional Matua to.
Kisia ke ha tola ta te fonga fra moto ke la hone hane fai ngarof kanga kai haya ya we me to fiha to tola ta fate moto ne vai lori ke langa ke tola moto mo tumbau ke reve ke tola nga moto.
We learn by watching our parents, and you grow up and you pass it on to your children. So it's the same thing. You know, if we dig deep and also take advantage of the knowledge holders from our grandparents, you know, they have a lot to offer.
Without traditional knowledge, your identity is lost. Without our culture, you can't identify yourself as a Niuean, especially if you don't know how to speak the language. It's one of the traditional knowledge that's being deemed endangered by the UNESCO.
This is how our stories, our history, our identity is carried, because like, for example, when we weave our hats, there's particular language that comes just in that process. So if we lose those particular items, we also lose elements of our language and our culture and our heritage, our identity.
We have to make sure that this is there for the future generations.
Culture, traditional knowledge, languages, and the arts are recognized as important enablers for sustainable development. Exemplary Pacific leadership is seen on many global fronts, where Pacific voices are leading the way. One such example is from Niue, the Rock of Polynesia. Niue's pioneering efforts on ocean conservation was recognized in the 2024 World Changing Ideas Awards. It was announced that Niue's Ocean Conservation Commitments concept has won the Nature category of the Fast Company's 2024 World Changing Ideas Awards, and it has also received an honorable mention in the Water category. Congratulations, Niue.
We are also leaders in this space, and this is, where Niue has been recognized in developing the Ocean Conservation Commitment as a mechanism of fair exchange. To realize that sustainable blue economy, you need to generate resources as well to help raise our children to be the owners and custodians of that resource. It's not just carbon, it's not just fish, it's not just whales. It is all of those things, And all of those things, plus the traditional food security and practice, are the value drivers that we broke down so that people could understand the full value of that ocean under conservation. That underpins the value of the asset and the desire to mobilize external funding to put into that. And then we simply broke that up into an affordable unit of investment per square kilometre. The costs for us to maintain Moana Mahu, which is 40% of our exclusive economic zone, to ensure that we have the laws, the compliance strategy, all of the sustainable tourism and business guidelines can be adhered to. That's the cost of having conservation lockup. And then to enable our children to learn about that, become the owners of that blue economy, the businesses to be resilient, our culture to be maintained around the importance of the ocean. There's a cost to that as well. We bundled all of those costs over a period of 20 years and then broke it up into square kilometres annually. And that's the cost structure of one ocean conservation credits originally, but then we changed it to commitment for lots of financial regulatory system issues. So to sponsor 1 square kilometre of ocean in Niue's Moana Mahu to assure the protection of that space for 20 years and to accrue all of those resilience benefits to our community, it is New Zealand $250. So that's the unit called an ocean conservation commitment. And because it is holistic in nature and it meets all of the objectives of the Biodiversity Convention, the SDGs, climate change, all the sources of investment that go through projects in these individually can be consolidated into an ocean conservation commitment, an OCC. Everyone from individuals around the world, so individuals can sponsor an OCC, and you can go on our website. We have a platform that we built specifically for this, and you can purchase an OCC. You can gift it to someone else if you want to, and then it comes up with a certificate that they are a guardian of Moana Mahu, and they have supported however many square kilometres of Moana Mahu for at least a period of 20 years, and they have individual serial numbers for every square kilometre that is sponsored so that it can't be sold twice. So we set that up to support the sustainable and effective use of the ocean in a way that continues its protection into the future. That is what was captured in a National Geographic Pristine Seas documentary, which was released on Disney Plus and Hulu over the weekend on World Ocean Day, and they chose to release Niue's on World Ocean Day because of the leadership that our country and community have taken to lock up what is actually the largest commitment by way of space of a country to a no-take zone. If there is going to be an ocean conservation credit come out of the world, it should come out of the blue Pacific continent. Our countries, this is a natural fit, and the building blocks are there. It's been a character building journey, but a lot of that hopefully will help the next countries and communities who take this on, if they see it fits well for them, and really accelerates this in a much fairer way.
Hey, how's it, Aloha gang? I'm Kainoa Carlson, standing in the middle of world-famous Waikiki. We're at the Outrigger Reef Waikiki Beach Resort, where right behind us is the Kanikapila Grill. More live performances are scheduled as FestPAC heads into the final weekend.
Aloha, my name is Uchung Chakivarid.
Aloha, my name is Abus Tanapima.
Aloha, I'm DJ Luni Sabut.
Let's talk a little bit about your performance today. What is Taiwan going to be performing here at Kanikapila Grill?
All my songs from my new album is called Busam, and my music genre are diverse. There's a hip-hop or traditional song within.
How has it been coming to Hawaii and being a part of FestPAC?
This is a very biggest indigenous festival, so we can see a lot of people from a lot of world and sharing the culture. And we also are very excited that we can perform our music in here. So yeah.
Tell us about your music in your home country of Taiwan, the type of music you like and the music you're going to perform.
I very like electro music because I am DJ and I put some traditional music with electro music.
Can you tell us about your music and what inspires you as a musician?
West music influenced me a lot, but my grandma influenced me a lot too. So it's become my new passion from the music. Especially I'm part of LGBTQ person, and Taiwan is like very diverse about same-sex marriage.
My music genre is reggaeton also, and hip hop, and any pop music and R&B. And in my music, I use my mother tongue language to do the pop music because I want to more promote to do culture stuff. Yeah, also I cannot speak my mother tongue, so I use my music to learn language.
What is one thing you're hoping to teach people about Taiwan and your home country before you guys leave FestPAC?
My cultural music and electro music mix, so I want to tell my people you can do this because I can do this.
Back at the Hawaii Convention Center, we learn more about the Federated States of Micronesia and the Marshall Islands. Yudi, tell us about your home. Where are you from?
I'm from Kushai, represent Kushai FSM.
What does your home state represent? What do you guys specialize in?
Like for me, I'm doing weaving, and there are different kind of type for people came from Highland, from Kushai. This is the materials that I use for my weaving.
What do you use?
We call this is a bandanas, and this is a taro stem, and example. This is what I make, a weaving bracelet and a taro stem.
What are some other things that we have over here on the table that you guys brought from home? Because you guys have lots of goodies.
Yeah, just like you can see on the table, they have a carving. They make the cream banana, they make bracelet, and they make a wallet, kind of other stuff they make from in our Highland. So many stuff that we are experienced, so many stuff that we learn from other Highland. Different kind of handicrafts. It's just like the same, but it's a similar handicraft that they made.
The Marshallese is Island Kainar or Lole Laplap, which means all the islands. Island Kainar means means the ocean, Lung means the air, and then Canes mean the vegetation and everything. So we got Island Kane. So that's our islands. That's our islands.
What is the native language in your home country?
Oh, native language is Marshallese. There are only two languages there. The official language is Marshallese, our native language, and we use English as a second language.
Antari, tell us, for people who don't know, more about the Marshall Islands, the history behind it, and how it feels to be here in Hawaii now.
Oh, it feels so good. We've been to a lot of Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture. The last one was done in Guam, and this one was hosted by Hawaii. So we are very delighted to be here, and we brought a lot of stuff to share and to sell. We brought our amimonos over the handicrafts. We are the Marshallese are also known as one of the very good people in making handicrafts. So as you can see in the background, our Hale
very busy.
Very busy. Our Hale is very busy, interacting with not only the Hawaiians but with the other countries as well.
What do you guys specialize in? I see a lot. There's weaving, there's soaps. What do the Marshallese specialize in?
We are specialized in all kinds of things. It's the finest, we call it jagiyer. Jagiyer, and this is made for a queen-size bed, and it comes with a two pillow-size jagiyer as well.
So all of that is hand-woven?
Everything is hand-woven. Finally crafted by these ladies. One of these ladies, her name is Susan, that's crafted by this lady. She's a mistress, a master weaver in the Marshall, one of the few master weavers in the Marshall Islands.
What are you hoping to teach people this week at FestPAC about your home country?
Well, this for the past few days and today, we've been teaching our people about how we weave. We've been doing demonstration on our weaving techniques. in the Marshall Islands, as well as not only bring our own custom and our tradition and our products, but we also came to share our thoughts and our belief in climate change. And we also came to share the threat of climate change affecting not only the Marshall Islands, but the rest of the Pacific Islands, especially Marshall Islands and the atoll nation countries. So we were here, and we also share the future of the Marshall Islands. As we know, it's one of the low-lying atolls, and it's also front line in the threat against climate change. So we're very happy to be here to share our experience and what we are doing to mitigate or to adapt our climate change in the future.
Welcome back. A few days ago, traditional leaders signed a declaration to strengthen relationships with each other across the Pacific. At the same time, we look at young people and their deliberations on youth leadership.
In the spirit of King Kamehameha III of Hawai'i, known for establishing diplomatic ties with Pacific monarchs during his reign, a historic meeting of traditional leaders marked an important moment at the 13th Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture, FestPAC 13, with the signing of the Tuurama Ariki Declaration on 13th June 2024 at the Iolani Palace.
The signing of the declaration today within the historic walls of Iolani Palace serves as both a testament to our unwavering commitment and a symbolic step towards restoring justice and honoring our past. Today we stand at the site where our Queen Liliuokalani kingdom was unjustly stripped away. Let us remember the weight of history and the importance of our collective resolve to right the wrongs of the past.
The declaration solidifies traditional leaders' commitment to strengthen relationships with each other across the Pacific region and share knowledge to collectively address challenges confronting Pacific people.
Tuurama Ariki Declaration. Tuurama refers to the light or radiant wisdom of our ancestors guiding, providing strength, knowledge for the journey ahead. In the spirit of honoring the legacy of our ancestors who sailed the ocean as voyagers and navigators, shaping our path through the ages, we, the traditional leaders representing our peoples of Oceania, the Pacific, come together to inaugurate the Oceania.
The Tuurama Ariki Declaration, with Tuurama symbolizing ancestral wisdom guiding the journey ahead, saw leaders pledging to utilize indigenous traditional knowledge to lead their communities forward.
Traditional Leaders Forum. Just as the umbilical cord connects and nurtures life within the womb, the ebb and flow of the ocean's touch unites us in a continuous bond of interconnected existence and collaboration. This forum is a dedicated space for ongoing dialogue and collaboration, uniting us in our common heritage and values.
Key priorities for Pacific traditional leaders have been to strengthen regional unity and cooperation, and to address shared challenges such as climate change and sustainable development.
What happened here today is so significant, not just for the Hawaiians, but for all of us. I mean, we are very fortunate in the Cook Islands that we still have our sovereignty. We have a unique relationship with New Zealand, and that's something that we chose. We are probably the only country in the world that has independence, full independence, with an association with a colony. And to that end, I think it's a perfect relationship where we are linked with someone a little bit bigger than us, but we control our own destiny. And we wish the Hawaiians and all of the Pacific, the same situation where if the world can recognize that we are a sovereign nation and recognize the mana that comes with it. It doesn't take anything away from those that want to control us, but it just gives us the ability to make our own decisions and govern our own destiny. Every Pacific Island country, in fact, every country in the world needs to focus their attention on the youth. The quality of our future is dependent on the quality of our youth. Goes with education, with faith, with everything that we do. We need to ensure that our youth is well equipped to take over the mantle and then carry it forward.
Through the declaration, traditional leaders have reaffirmed their commitment to regional unity, solidarity, and cooperation, embodying the Pacific Way and reminding us that we are one people connected by the ocean, cultures, and the mana of Pacifica.
The importance for our youth to understand what went on today is really critical. We're not going to be around to continue to fight. The fight is going to be theirs.
All of our delegates were nominated by their home countries and their nations, which is really special because that means someone, an older person, most likely put them forward and really believed in them to be here, to be the youth voice, to be the youth ambassador of their country. I think the beauty of YPL, or Young Pacific Leaders, is we get to bring them all together so they can share the work that they're doing and maybe, partner with each other to do it together.
Yeah, climate change impacts so much of our islands, from natural resources like pandanus leaves, where we have our weaving, to the oceans, where a lot of our dancing mimics the waves and the currents. And so when we think about all the things that are celebrated here today at FestPAC, the weaving, the tattooing, the dancing, the songs, it's all impacted by climate change, because if the land goes, the culture goes, because the culture is tied to the land. And so that's one of the impacts of climate change that we have to take seriously.
I mean, even the YPL, like a lot of our workshops have been centered around environment, and environment affects not only me, it affects everybody else that's in this room, youth all over. So it really shows that if we can connect even now at this age, that in the future, because we are the future, then we'll be able to work together in the future towards like this environmental change, that'll be positively beneficial for everybody.
But what we do today will make it easier for them to continue that effort. So, I pray and ask all of us Pacific Islanders right throughout. We're not disjointed in the sense that we are small Pacific Island states. Collectively, we are the biggest units on this earth, and we need to stand up and let our voices be heard.
Time has caught up with us again. And as this is our last broadcast for FestPAC 13 in Hawaii, I want to thank you. And together with the Pacific Way team, we hope you enjoyed our daily Pacific Way shows. It has been a pleasure. Our final story is a wrap-up of this amazing and incredible festival. From Honolulu in Hawaii, mahalo and ni Samoa.
Arohanui korua tātoa, arohanui Iolana, tōku ingoa ko tau mana akihi o te hau mata I Tuurama Ariki. Iau nei I te FestPAC, no haka te keu I tātou hau haa rapa nui, hai hanga, hai here I roto tōku mahatu, tahi arohanui nui ki tōku mātua I noho mai here I rapa nui, ki tōku maetro ko teo mui mui, tōku taina ko mana roa, tōku hua ai, tahi aroha, tahi hai nui nui.
Kia ora rā, ko tāwara tāhuri tōku ingoa. He mokopuna tēnei no te tai rāwhiti, no ngā ariki kauputahi, no te whakatohia, no Ngāti Uenuku, no tūwhare tuahuki ahau.
Aloha mai kāko, aia mango ko ui noa, Hawai'i mai au, noho I ke kiha pai o ka ala, I kia wawa o waia nei kai.
Aloha o ko ui noa o Pualilia a mai Hawai'i au. Aloha o Pomaka Ipa ole ko ui noa o Hawai'i mai au.
This week it has been, everything is new for me. I'm enjoying everything from food and especially the program, learning new cultures and understanding all their new art, and it's just so amazing. I feel so amazing, blessed to be here.
One of the main highlights is getting to represent where my parents are from, especially for us that was born and raised here in the States when we don't get to, go back and know our culture. It's fun to get to know other people that we haven't met before and share our culture with others.
So like Micronesia, Polynesia and Melanesians, we are all family. By attending this festival, I see that we are all family, united with one ocean covering all, cover us all. So I'm so glad that I'm here. I represent my village.
Inolelo Hawaii, I wish I could say it, but this is the most beautiful thing to feel here amongst our people and share with what we have, which is our culture, and expose our culture to our people.
Definitely being able to witness the dancing, because since we do dance hula from Hawaii, it's so amazing to see just the dancings from every country and all along the Pacific.
FestPAC was just amazing in all aspects, but as a kapa beater, to get the chance to experience different styles of kapa and how they organize their arts was just amazing for me.
The thing I'm really enjoying here because I learned few words from other countries, like Hawaii say aloha, Fiji say bula. So all these things I'm so excited because I'm learn from them, from the other countries' language.
I feel like it's beautiful. It's beautiful seeing other cultures, how we can let's say, you know how we're all one as a Pacific, and it's just beautiful seeing other people come from different islands, getting to meet new people, make new friends. Maybe you never know, in the future maybe I'll hang out or something like that. But it's beautiful just seeing others showcase their culture.
To see that all Pacific Islands have so many languages, so many cultures, so many traditions.
I feel more connected to myself than I've ever felt in my life. Mahalo nui.
All the wonderful crafts that they are providing here from all over the world. I can see right over there, there's Hawaii Finest, but there's also some crafts from other places, which is really interesting. Some things that I've never seen before, and it's something that would make me want to learn more about it.
Part of learning, and I learn a lot from them. So we need to keep our generation alive, regenerate. That was the festival theme, and I like that.
The inauguration, when I go to the stadium with my dress and I see all the people, the big stadium, all the energy was so amazing for me, because I never think that, it's gonna be like that, and I'm so proud that I live that. I hope we can do it again, show the new generation this, because I already live, but I wanted to show to my little cousins, one day to my kids. That's important to start saving the tradition of what we do.